Welcome back to the True Alien Podcast, Truth Seekers, your daily dose of the strange, the wonderful, and the downright extraterrestrial.
Extraterrestrial.
We're going to take a paranormal probe today
Oh, okay.
into real stories of aliens, UFOs, and things that go bump in the night,
Oh, yeah.
The kind of stories that make you question everything you thought you knew about reality. I'm Adrian Smith.
I'm Julia Jones.
And Julia, are you ready for another wild ride?
Always, Adrian, especially when the journey leads us to a British war hero with a secret passion for UFOs.
You got that right. Today's story takes us to the grand estate of Lord Mountbatten, Broadlands.
Wow.
We're diving into declassified government files, strange lights in the sky, and a local bricklayer's chilling encounter with beings who weren't exactly offering tea and crumpets. But first, a quick reminder to rate and follow the show for more incredible true alien stories.
Yes.
We're on a quest to uncover the truth one paranormal probe at a time. So Lord Mountbatten, as you might know, was a prominent figure, a war hero, royal connections.
Yes.
But what fascinates me is his documented interest in UFOs.
Oh.
This wasn't just some passing curiosity. He actively investigated and documented sightings.
That's interesting. It's intriguing, isn't it? A man of his stature delving into a subject often dismissed as fringe science. It suggests that he saw something truly compelling, something worth risking his reputation to explore. This alone makes this case stand out.
Absolutely. And our story takes a fascinating turn with the introduction of Dr. Emily Archer,
Oh.
an Oxford scholar drawn to Broadlands by a hunch and rumors of unusual activity.
Okay.
She's expecting to find dusty old war journals, maybe some hidden family secrets.
All right.
Instead, she unearths a treasure trove of classified government files tucked away in Mountbatten's personal belongings.
Classified files. Hidden away in a private collection. That immediately raises red flags. What were they trying to hide? And what did Lord Mountbatten know that made these documents so sensitive?
The files were labeled Project Orion. Now, Orion might evoke images of constellations in Greek mythology.
Sure.
But these documents hinted at something far more earthly and a lot more unsettling.
Okay.
One document, a memo dated July 12, 1955, specifically mentioned recovering and studying objects of non-terrestrial origin. That's where things start to get really interesting.
This memo confirms that there was a government-sanctioned effort to investigate UFOs, and Lord Mountbatten was somehow involved. But the use of the term recovering suggests they weren't just observing, they were actively collecting evidence. This raises a whole new set of questions about what they found and what they did with it.
And it gets even creepier when you consider the account of Harold Green, a local bricklayer who reported a UFO encounter on Mountbatten's property. Just a few weeks after Mountbatten documented his own sighting, we're not talking vague lights in the sky, folks, Green gave incredibly detailed descriptions of the beings, their craft, even their mode of communication.
Green's account is chilling. He described beings with gray skin and large black eyes communicating telepathically. This detail is particularly interesting because it aligns with a lot of other accounts of alien encounters, suggesting a possible pattern or consistency in these experiences.
Right, and it gets even wilder. Green described the beings examining him.
Really?
Almost as if they were conducting some sort of experiment. Now, I don't know about you, but that sends shivers down my spine.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't just a friendly visit from extraterrestrial tourists. Something much stranger and potentially more sinister seems to be going on.
Indeed. It's this aspect of Green's encounter,
Yeah.
the sense of being studied or analyzed, that sets it apart from a simple UFO sighting. And when you
Right.
combine this with the discovery of Project Orion files, it paints a very unsettling picture. It seems someone was very interested in what these beings were capable of.
It's like a puzzle, Julia. We've got these pieces, Mountbatten's interest in UFOs, the secret government files, and Green's disturbing encounter, and they seem to fit together in a way that's both fascinating and terrifying.
Yeah.
But there's more to this story, folks, and that's where our second key player comes in, Alex Walker, a disgraced cryptozoologist.
Oh.
He may be haunted by a past incident involving a questionable Bigfoot sighting, but he's also got a knack for uncovering the truth, no matter how strange or hidden it might be.
A disgraced cryptozoologist might seem like an odd choice to partner with an Oxford scholar. But sometimes it takes a unique perspective to connect the dots, to see the patterns that others might miss.
Exactly. And Alex notices something that Emily, with her academic focus, might have overlooked. A pattern of unusual events around Broadlands. We're talking missing livestock, unexplained lights in the sky, even whispers of people vanishing without a trace.
Oh, my.
It's like the whole area surrounding the estate is shrouded in an eerie veil of secrecy.
A pattern like that, especially in a relatively quiet place like the English countryside, can't be easily dismissed. It suggests a deliberate attempt to conceal something, to keep the truth about what's happening at Broadlands hidden from prying eyes.
And what they uncover next takes this paranormal probe to a whole new level of unsettling. Under the cover of darkness, Emily and Alex decide to take a little unauthorized tour of the Broadlands estate.
Uh-oh.
What they find inside is a chilling revelation, something straight out of a science fiction thriller.
This discovery marks a turning point in their investigation.
Yes.
A shift from historical research to something far more dangerous and mysterious.
You got that right, Julia. But that's a story for part 2 of our paranormal probe. Stay tuned, folks, because things are about to get a whole lot stranger. And remember, the truth is out there, and it might be lurking beneath the grand facade of Broadlands.
Welcome back to the True Alien Podcast, listeners. Last time we left Emily and Alex on the verge of a chilling discovery beneath that seemingly peaceful Broadlands estate.
And believe me, folks, this is where our paranormal probe takes a truly unsettling turn. Imagine this, Emily and Alex, armed with nothing but flashlights and a healthy dose of curiosity, venturing into the depths of a hidden underground facility. What they find is a stark contrast to the historical elegance of the manor above.
The facility was a labyrinth.
Oh, yeah.
Of sterile corridors and high-tech equipment. There were strange symbols etched into the walls, symbols that Emily recognized from her research into ancient languages and occult practices.
One particular symbol kept appearing.
Really?
A spiral with an eye at its center. It was found on doors, on computer terminals, even etched into the metal frames of the beds.
This symbol, known as the Eye of Providence, has a long and complex history, often associated with secret societies and esoteric knowledge. Its presence in this hidden facility suggests a connection to something beyond conventional science, something that delves into the realm of the occult.
It's like they weren't just studying UFOs. They were trying to tap into something much deeper, something beyond our understanding. But that's not even the most disturbing part.
Oh.
Emily and Alex discovered that the missing villagers, the ones people whispered about in hushed tones, weren't just gone. They were there in the facility, but changed.
What?
They found them in what appeared to be medical bays. Hooked up to machines, their bodies altered in ways that defied explanation. Harold Green, the bricklayer who reported the encounter with the gray beings, was there too, but he was barely recognizable.
Oh, no.
Remember how Green described the beings examining him during his encounter? Well, it seems that examination was a lot more invasive than we initially thought.
Oh.
His skin was gray and leathery, his eyes huge and black, just like the beings he described. It was like they were slowly transforming him into one of them.
That's terrible. And Green wasn't the only one.
No. Other villagers showed similar signs of transformation.
Yeah.
Elongated limbs, unusual skin pigmentation, even changes in their brainwave patterns. It was as if the beings were rewriting their very biology, turning them into something.
A what?
But why? What was the purpose of these transformations?
Right.
Were they trying to create some kind of hybrid race? Or were they conducting experiments, pushing the boundaries of human biology to see how far they could go?
And just when you think it can't get any creepier, Emily and Alex come face to face with the mastermind behind this whole operation, Agent Pierce.
Agent Pierce.
Yes. Agent Pierce was a chilling figure, calm, collected, and utterly ruthless. He spoke of guiding humanity's evolution, of harnessing the power of these extraterrestrial beings to unlock our true potential. But his words were laced with a disturbing arrogance, a belief that he had the right to play God with the lives of these innocent people.
So he's deranged. Well, he saw himself as a visionary, a pioneer leading humanity into a new era. But to Emily and Alex, he was a monster, a man who had sacrificed his humanity in pursuit of power and knowledge. Their confrontation with Pierce marks a turning point in their investigation, a shift from uncovering the truth to fighting for their lives. Welcome back to the True Alien Podcast, listeners. We left off with Emily and Alex face-to-face with that enigmatic Agent Pierce in that unsettling underground facility beneath Broadlands.
Yeah. Their escape from that facility was nothing short of a miracle. Remember, they weren't trained agents.
Right. But a scholar and a cryptozoologist thrust into a situation that felt ripped from the pages of a science fiction thriller. Absolutely. Julie, one document they managed to snag during their escape was a blueprint of the facility itself. It detailed hidden passages and ventilation shafts, which, luckily for our intrepid investigators, seem to have been overlooked by Pierce and his security team.
Those blueprints were crucial to their escape. They allowed them to navigate the maze-like corridors and evade capture, eventually leading them to an old service tunnel that emerged onto the desolate moors surrounding the estate.
They emerged into the darkness, hearts pounding, knowing that Pierce's men wouldn't be far behind. But it was the middle of the night, and the thick fog that often blanketed the moors provided a bit of cover.
Yeah, but even with the fog and the darkness, they were still vulnerable. Thankfully, Alex's experience tracking creatures in the wilderness proved invaluable. He used his knowledge of the terrain to lead them away from the estate, staying one step ahead of their pursuers.
There was actually a moment documented in Emily's notes where they were hiding in a shallow ravine, listening to Pierce's men combing the area nearby. She described hearing dogs barking and men shouting the beams of their flashlights, cutting through the fog like searchlights.
Oh, it must have been terrifying, but their ordeal wasn't over. They knew they couldn't just disappear. They had to get the word out to expose the truth about what was happening at Broadlands.
Right, they needed proof. Emily had managed to download some files from a computer in the facility, but they needed more than just digital data. They needed physical evidence, something tangible that couldn't be easily dismissed. Remember those strange symbols that were etched everywhere?
Yes, those symbols were intriguing. Emily suspected they held a key to understanding what was happening at Broadlands, that they might be connected to some ancient knowledge or ritual.
Well, during their escape, they managed to grab a small metal plate with that spiral and eye symbol etched into it. They figured it was a long shot, but maybe it would be enough to convince anyone, that their story was more than just a wild tale.
It was a risky move going back for that plate. It could have easily cost them their lives, but it shows their dedication to exposing the truth, even in the face of unimaginable danger.
They eventually made their way to a safe house in London, a place where they could catch their breath and figure out their next move. But they knew that Pierce and his powerful allies wouldn't rest until they were silenced.
Their story raises so many questions. What was the ultimate goal of Project Orion? Was the government complicit in these transformations? And what about the extraterrestrial beings at the heart of it all? Are they benevolent explorers or something far more sinister?
Those are questions we may never have answers to. Emily, they disappear from public view shortly after their escape. Some say they went into hiding, fearing for their lives. Others believe they're still out there continuing their investigation, trying to piece together the puzzle of Broadlands and the terrifying truth that holds their story, as incomplete as it is, serves as a chilling reminder that some secrets are best left buried, that sometimes the pursuit of knowledge can lead us down a dark and dangerous path. So, what do you think, listeners? Is there more to this story? Are Emily and Alex still out there fighting for the truth in the shadows? And what about those mysterious beings from beyond the stars? Are they watching us, studying us, maybe even manipulating us in ways we can't even begin to comprehend? We encourage you to share your thoughts and theories in the comments. Keep those eyes on the skies, folks. And remember, the truth is out there, and it might be closer than you think. This has been the True Alien Podcast. Until next time, stay curious, stay skeptical, and keep reaching for the stars. And don't forget to rate and follow for more incredible True Alien stories. Good night, and good luck.